Hello, Internet. It's cold. Christmas is over. You got a Dirty Santa box cutter and a $10 gift card from Subway. I'm Anthony, and let's talk about some cars. As there's word out there of a limited edition WRX on the way from the guys over at Subaru, Toyota's recalling vehicles from the future, and Lamborghini may decide to go full Tron. And more. But first, on Friday of this week, news emerged that Toyota Germany appears to have leaked two full images of the 2020 Supra, when it attached two low-resolution pictures to an email invitation inviting buyers to join a waiting list for the new car. And as best everyone can tell, the images look pretty legit, as they came in an email from Toyota of Germany, and the dimensions appear to match up in every way to the other leaked images of the car that have already come out. And once again, thanks go to supramark5.com for getting both of the new images out there. But it was bound to happen sooner or later, as we're only a few weeks away from the official release of the vehicle at the Detroit Auto Show starting on January 14th. And speaking of the show, the guys over at Subaru Technica International, or STI for short, announced on Thursday of this week that they'll be there showcasing the new WRX STI S209. And for those of you who don't know, the S209 is a limited edition high-performance version of the already capable WRX STI, and is expected to be limited to some 500 units. And if it's anything like the previous Japan-only S208, you can expect improvements throughout the car, including new power, suspension, and aero components, and be on the lookout for some carbon fiber as well. And expect to find out more at Subaru's press conference taking place on the opening day of the show. Also this week, thanks to a post at midenginecorvetteforum.com, news broke that the ever-diligent patent nerds discovered a recently published patent that shows GM patented a plan for powered smart doors last year. And more interestingly, it shows a Corvette as the vehicle to show in the diagram. Though admittedly this is a C7, however, General Motors does have a new Corvette in development, and so of course the rumor mill started to churn in. I'm going to refrain from speculating on this one, as this is really the only evidence, and as far as the new Corvette goes, with all the talk about moving the engine around and turning the car into a hybrid and speculations on what that would do to the price of the semi-affordable Corvette, this one falls pretty far down my list. However, I did say earlier that they would be smart doors, meaning that the doors would work with a series of sensors and actuators to detect if the door might bump into an adjacent vehicle or need more or less force when opening or closing if it's parked on a steep hill. So it's kind of cool. Though it does sound like GM spent some money on this, so C8 or not, I would expect it to probably show up somewhere in GM's high-end lineup pretty soon. So, Lexus's strange subcompact utility vehicle, dubbed the Lexus UX, went on sale in the US this month, and some see it as Lexus trying to rebadge a Toyota and grab up some quick cash, while Lexus has made statements espousing that that's not the case. And as I said, it's a pretty strange vehicle as far as Lexus crossovers go. Let me tell you what I mean, as the first Lexus to use the GAC platform, so that means it will share a platform with the Toyota CHR. However, Lexus has stated that the new vehicle has been adjusted to ride lower, and thus give the vehicle a lower center of gravity, and it'll be lighter and sport a stiffer suspension than the CHR, as well as having a tighter turn radius. As far as what's under the hood, the gas-electric hybrid system that the CHR uses will get reworked in order to give the UX a greater focus on performance over the gas efficiency concerns of the Toyota. And to their credit, managed to squeeze an extra 25 horses or so into the car, and while I agree that that's not really that much, I'm also not surprised. I mean, come on, it's Toyota. In case you forgot, these are the same people who listened to 4 years of complaints about the power in the FRS and then answered enthusiasts with a 5 horsepower increase. Anyway, what else? Well, Lexus has stated that the UX will feature styling heavily drawn on by the more expensive and much cooler Lexus LC, getting a very similar interior layout and matching door panels and interior trim. And the UX will also actually feature the same weird angular side mirrors as the LC, and though not like the LC, it will sport some funky rear taillights as well. So, is it a shameless cash grab or a legitimate attempt to bring a new Lexus to the market and save a little money in the process? You can decide for yourself for a starting price of around $35,000. So, let's play a game. Let's say I give you the ability to bring back and fully modernize any now discontinued GM vehicle. What would you pick? Let's see, the first things I would think of would be something more iconic like the Chevelle or the Eldorado or the Grand National or maybe the K5 Blazer. Or if you couldn't agree with any of those, what about something with maybe a little less popular but with more of a cult following, like maybe the Fiero or the XLR or the G8? Sure, you could agree with at least some of those picks, or hell, you've probably got some better ones that I didn't think of. But Either way, as it turns out, if you ask the guys that actually work over at General Motors what they think people want, their reply is the GMC Envoy. Seriously, as patent nerds have recently picked up on GM's trademarking of the name Envoy again, which is the first time since they canceled the vehicle in 2009. However, given the rate at which SUVs are selling in North America and that we're already getting that new Blazer that everyone wanted, I guess this shouldn't come as any surprise. And since we're bringing back all of GM's ho-hum SUVs from the 20 Alts, I'm sure that any day now I'm going to have to sit here and do a story about the return of the 2022 Aztek. I just know it. Alright, I'm back. So, as more and more cars on the road are going the hybrid route, it appears that not even the likes of high-end sports brands like Lamborghini are going to be able to hold out much longer, as rumors have been going around recently that Lamborghini will soon announce a V12 hybrid replacement for the Aventador, which is due to end its production sometime in the next 1 to 3 years. The current project is known by its catchy code name of LB48H, and it's estimated that the new high-end, low-volume Lambo is going to run you about $2.6 million, and that like the Lamborghini Terzo Millennio concept from 2017, it'll use supercapacitors instead of batteries to run the hybrid system. By the way, supercapacitors are a fairly new technology for the auto industry that are lighter and smaller and can discharge energy faster, however, can't yet compete with lithium-ion batteries in terms of their total energy content. But the coolest part about all this is that if the developers get their way, the car will, quote, glow in the dark. That's right. Now, nothing is official on how one would implement glow-in-the-dark cars. However, I'd say that the most likely place to look would be the crazy-looking Terzo Millennio concept from 2017. Just look at it. And in even more Toyota news this week, and in what is by far the newest vehicle recall that I'm aware of recently, Toyota's recalled some 3,400 2019 Corolla hatchbacks due to issues with the CVT, as apparently the torque converters in the transmissions are prone to failure. New owners should begin receiving notifications by mid-February, letting them know to make a quick run down to the nearest Toyota dealership and get their transmission swapped out. Alright everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this slow news week as we're in this weird limbo period between Christmas and New Year's. But speaking of 2019, I've got a lot of stuff on the way, and I thank you all for being the trendy people you are and getting on board early. Happy New Year everybody, I'm out.